Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest, in that little place called Belfair, Washington, Hickville, USA, as I love to call it. So welcome to my channel, everybody. So today is May 29th, and I tried so hard to have my live video today, and my dear hubby spent like almost 3 hours trying to fix the internet, changing out the Euro thingies for the internet in my stamp room. It wouldn't work. He's ordering new ones for the house. He's called the cable people. They were just out here yesterday. And they've been out here a lot since they ran the new line. And now he's not even sure if that is the issue. We made sure that there were no restrictions on my YouTube account because it went fine last year. We are not sure. He's even gone so far as he's not fishing. He's taken my camera from my computer into his camera. He is trying to live stream from his computer on my account. He's trying to do it from there on his computer, and he still cannot get this thing to work. So I am doing a substitute video. I am so sorry. We can't figure it out. We have checked everything. There are no any restrictions on my account. Everything's fine. I have enough followers. I've already done it like 2 other times. So with that being said, I'm just going to get on with the creating and throw the video up there because that's the best that I can come up with, and I'm not going to let it ruin my day. Last night we did 2 test videos, and they did go live because I saw movement on them and I quickly deleted them. And then this morning, I don't know what went wrong, because I will tell you, like last night at 10 something, I was panicking because I was doing these test videos and I couldn't hear anything. And I'm running in there, oh my gosh, I don't have sound. And I don't have a mic. It says I don't have no mic detection or whatever. And my hubby comes out and he's like, honey, the mic is in the camera. Calm down. Then I'm like, I can't hear anything. And he's like, where are the speakers? I'm like, the speakers broke last year. I threw them away. He's like, that's why you can't hear anything. And I had no speakers anywhere in this house. Nobody has any speakers. They have headphones with microphones built into them. So they don't do speakers hardly anymore like what I had out here. So, yeah, not sure what's going on. But anyways, so this is the substitute video. I've even deleted the live that I started. I mean, we were all sitting in there. There were only a few of us in there, thank goodness. And it just did not work no matter what we tried. And I can't force technology to work for me when it just won't. Really frustrating. So let me show you what I pulled out of my goodie bag, as I had a little envelope. So if you were on my mailing list, you would have received 1 of 4 envelopes. And I kept one for myself. 1 of 4 envelopes. They each had a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 piece of DSP called Refresh Beauty. I did get it when it was like, I got a package for like $8.50. I cut up all the pretty pieces. There were a couple of not so pretty pieces. Where is that paper? I kept those 2. Yes. I mean, this was the backside was pretty, but there were 2 pieces that I did not like at all. I will show them to you. This is the good side, right? This is usable. This print, not my, no. Owls should not be this color. No. Okay, my opinion. No owl should be this bright. You can't hunt this bright. And I remember actually having this because this was in Rich Raspberry and Blackberry Bliss. I loved this. I loved this paper. In fact, my aunt has a stamp set that goes with this paper. But it totally changed in these colors. This print is great. But I kept it because of this print, because I just didn't think this was very versatile. So you can choose any side of the DSP you like. I'm putting that back in there. That will come in handy, I'm sure, someday. So what did I choose besides having my 4 pieces of paper? Now I'm not sure which which card we're going to do. I'm going to make 1 card for each piece of paper. So hopefully it'll give you some ideas for what to do. So what I have is I have some white card bases. I do know that I'm going to use 2 white card bases. I'm going to use one that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then because some of you, let me guess, all of these are the same? No. And I'm going to use one that is 4 1/4 by 11, because some of you might like to cut card bases this way. Some of you might like to cut card bases this way. So I have 1 each of those. And then I feel like 2 of these pieces of paper really should go with a cream or very vanilla card base, which means that my white envelope that I have with mine is not going to work. So I have a cream colored card base, 2 of these with a craft envelope. So those are my card bases for these cards. And the white ones, I'll be using the white envelopes that have my markings. Then I pulled some colors. So some of the colors in here are Peach Pie, Calypso Coral, and I have some craft, and then I have some scraps of these. Now I also have, just to show, I have a, in the envelope, you were also given a piece of white, because you can make this into, you know, a card. You can emboss this. So I embossed with the eyelet embossing folder a piece that is, yes, 4 1/4 by 5.5. So this you can use for whatever your purposes, but I am going to use this for one of the cards. I'm not sure which one yet. We'll have to wait till we get there. And then I die cut this from Tammy, who sent me this lovely die. This is that triple line diamond panel card, because I could not resist, and this would represent those white elements in the envelope. Now in the envelope as well, you got some of those hybrid embossing folder sentiments, right? Like this, you would have gotten 2 sentiments and 2 butterflies to make this card, just to make it really simple for you. I would like a drink of water, and I don't have one. Hold on. I see a Diet Coke on the shelf. I really don't want Diet Coke, but I will take it for the moment. All right. I wanted water, but this will do. Alrighty. So I think we should just dig in and see what we have. So we're just going to start with the top. I'm going to move these aside. I have some bling pulled out. As the colors are in this kit kind of had the peach pie look. I thought that looked really close to it, gave it a little different. So I pulled these. We'll see what else we can come up with. So this is what everybody would have got in their envelope, right? So this one had Celebrate and Thinking of You, and these 2, these are from the Brilliant Wings dies. And oh, we're definitely using, I am at least using the Calypso Coral. So this is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And we're going to use a white, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to use a white card base here. Let me see. Might use that as that. Let me show you this die. I can already tell. Look how pretty that is. That's gorgeous. I know not all of you are going to have this die. I know this. But it's so pretty. It is so, so pretty. Maybe some of you have gone and purchased one of these dies that I got from Amazon. This would be a great great piece of DSP to do that as well. So what I would do is die cut, and it will work. I would die cut this in white, right? And then die cut, let me show you. I don't have two of these, so I can't do it. And I really like all of a sudden this. Look at how pretty that is. That is just absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be so simple for me. So right off the bat, I'm like, okay, this works. But let me show you how pretty this could be. So if we took this and we had it white, right? So this is going to be die cut first in white. So you're going to have that white frame around it. Let me just die cut this white. Just give me a minute. All right, here we go. Let me die cut it white. Oh, this is... I probably would have done this too in the live right with you guys, because I would have been, let me just show you. Because all I want to show you is the frame. And it might help if I actually had it on the platform. I just want the frame. New machine works great, by the way. New machine works great. All I'm after right now is this frame. Now, I use all of the pieces because I bump everything up with those. So nothing goes to waste. But look how pretty that is. Right? You don't even need, you wouldn't need to do anything else but lay that there. You could do celebrate down here, or you could do thinking. If you had the thinking of you could do that in the middle, and you can add a butterfly here, do some sponging on them, and you have a beautiful card, right? Beautiful. In fact, now with these dies, they are, I'm gonna see. Oh wow, if it's just on there, so that would work perfectly. Oh, which one, now it's like, which one do I do? Which one do I do? I don't know. Oh, because they're both gorgeous. Okay, maybe I do this one on this card and we save the other one for another, but you will see that I'm going to have to trim this down a little bit. Make sure this is going to fit. I might need to trim it to make it fit now. I might need to trim a hair off the top. Once I get it on there, it looks like it might need just a trimming. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. Who knew? It happens like that. I'm not going to use the second dies. I'm just laying this as a frame on top of this one. It happens. It just does happen to me all the time, right? Sometimes. We could even take the itty bitty backgrounds and do a little bit of sponging or something on there, but I'm going to use that for these pieces. So I did it in scrap, but so now I have an extra piece of white. That's me. That's me. So I am going to get the glue. And I am going to glue this down. I wasn't expecting this. Sometimes that's the best thing with card making, is you make some unexpected decisions. But it's so sad I didn't get to do the live. I mean, it was great to be in there and chat with you, Allie and Lori, and of course my Aunt Carol, before the live, because we were in there early, and that was great. Sad part is that here I thought everything was working great. Aunt Carol and she was like, yeah, I can hear you. And I was like, Aunt Carol, can you hear me on the phone or do you hear me through the YouTube? She's like, oh, on the phone. Said, yeah, that's not working. Said, yeah, that doesn't count. That does not count. So I am just going to take this and trim it. Away the excess. And this is, I'm going on the 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. And yes, there is going to be a little bit of side to side action there. And you could either highlight that, or, I mean, if you wanted to, you could take some Calypso coral and back it like that, which I don't even want to do that. I could sponge along it. You know what? We're going to get the itty bitty backgrounds. And we're just going to do any little speckly stamp is going to be for this stamp, okay? Any little speckly stamp will do. I have lost the stamp and Paris mat again. I do all the time. Here we go. So we are going to do just a little bit. So this is going to be a long video as I'm doing 4 cards. So I'm going to take this, do a test. That's really bright. I want that second stamping. So because this is going to go top to bottom. You're not going to see anything, but now we have a little bit of color there. That's what I want. All right. And I know that this needs a little more glue. Apparently, I didn't get it close enough to the edge. There. I will have to trim off a little bit of this card because this die is a little bigger than the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Just a hair. So just so y'all know that this is going to be trimmed off top and bottom by just a bit. Oh my gosh, it's so little. I'm not going to bother because that is not going to make a difference. Okay, so we have our little butterflies, 2 of them. Just huff on it, stamp it. There we go. We can use both of these, Celebrate and Thinking of You. Oh my goodness, both of them. All right. Let's see. Yep. I didn't even have to re-ink this. I'm just going to rub it over that. Oops. I think it works better when there's not a lot of ink on it. And then Thinking of You. That's going to, you can then stamp Happy Birthday. I would definitely stamp Happy Birthday in it. Thinking of You, Celebrate, Thinking of You. You can do Happy Birthday, Happy Anniversary, whichever you like. I think our little butterflies need a little more coloring. So let's give them some color as well. I think that'll make them hopefully stand out. Boy, I really hope I chose the right color. Now I'm looking at it. Maybe that's not Calypso Coral. But we're going with it now, right? Oh no, that's what we want. I think it's actually Flirty Flamingo, but I'm going with the Calypso Coral. It is Flirty Flamingo. Ha! It's okay. We got the lighter color is going to be just fine. Just right there. There's one. This one right in the center. That's funny because now I see that it's Flirty Flamingo. Late last night when I was so frustrated, that was not the color I saw, but it is now. Oh. I'm trying to hit in the flattest areas of the die cuts where it will be. That isn't the flat area, so I totally missed that. But this is going to catch my little bling. Or those are Flirty Flamingo. I could use those as well. I could do both of those. But I like these. I think I want one large and one small on each of my, maybe I need that one needs 3. This one probably just needs little ones. 1, 2, and 3 little body pieces. Okay. Now let's see, celebrate. Do I want to do thinking of you? Then you can handwrite happy birthday. I'm going to use both of these. So, yes, I am very frustrated with the YouTube live bit not working for me, and my tweezers are missing. How can they be? There they are. They're just hiding. I was so sad. I was so excited to do this, and then it just fell apart today. But I'm not going to let it stop me from getting this video out there. So we are just going to add a little bit down here, and now I have my envelope, maybe. Which envelope? No, no, and no. This was the one. Bingo! And let's add a little bit of color on this, just down at the bottom, to recreate our, and I'm going to do the entire envelope this time. Yes. So there we go. Card number 1. Sweet, simple, thinking of you, celebrate. Using, believe it or not, Calypso Coral with Flirty Flamingo. And the die my daughter gave me. Okay, let's go to card number 2 and see what we have. So card envelope number, this is the one you would have seen. This is what you would have received. Why? Because I can, right? In my little letter telling you what we were doing. And I feel so bad that it didn't work out. Just, Okay, so let's see what I can do with this one. I'm going to put the cap on here, set that aside. This is one I think we should do. So here's our white. What else do we have in here? No butterflies, no nothing in this envelope. I had an extra envelope. I bet that one has all the extras in it. It's up here. There was one I found extra bits in. That's not it. Okay. Well, hold on. Everything went chaos this morning. There is one with butterflies and stuff in it, or I got it messed up in the other envelope. 1, 2, because I was playing with this one last night, because this one I know had butterflies in it. It had everything in it because I was playing with it, because I put this. No, this one goes with the peach pie. Here's the little note to go with it, because I put use crimper with this one, right? I did want it with, I don't know which card base. I was putting it with the cream. So peach pie. Look how pretty this is. Wait a second. You'll see it. Look how beautiful that is with the peach pie. So this we're going to trim down. I have 2 pieces here. And I thought, because this one should have just because, or like mine did have just because. Give me a second. Wait. No, no, no. Envelope. No. No. That's empty. Where is the envelope with the pieces in it? That's okay. I have another one. I have another packet with bits and bobs of, no, 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 yes. All the hybrid embossing folder bits and bobs. Hopefully we have one that will fit on here. Watch the one that I had earlier not go on here, but we will make it fit. Celebrate woodwork again. Apparently I'm going to do a lot of celebrate cards. Let's see. We might just have to do something totally different. Unless I find what I want. And I need a butterfly right there. I found... Oh, sometimes when I'm awful low. Let's see. We might end up with an extra butterfly here in a minute. I'll snag one from a kit. No, I don't want to do that. Because I just put things... There's a hello, thinking of you. Oh, look. From Past Paper Pumpkin, we could do that, thinking of you. That'd be easy too, but no. I do have butterflies die cut. All right. We have all of these to choose from. I have cream. There's the just because. That's what I'm looking for. It's in cream. It will do. That's what I had earlier. I just had it in white. I don't have a cream butterfly, so we will have to make do as well. So let's see what you might have. If you have a love you, for instance, I would put a love you maybe up here, do a little bit of twine down here. But the one I was looking for was just because, and I wanted to do this layering bit, and it may not be exact, but I thought that would be quick and an easy little card to boot. So that's what I'm doing with this one. So we are going to hold all of these to the side. I mean, the sad thing with this DSP is this is such a drastic, like, okay, soft and subtle, bright, glaring. Put your shades on for the side, right? yes, compared to this, you need your sunshades on for this side. So this one, and then where are my embellishments that I just lost here? All of that goes up there. This we didn't use. This is another little piece. We could use a smaller piece. Let's see. If you have just because you could do it on a smaller piece like this. But I thought to make it interesting, why not do some crimping? I did think that. So I want to take this. I want to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. Then I'm taking this piece down to 3 3/4 by 5. Now, what you might have is be able to use this piece and it'll line up perfectly. So maybe that's what we'll end up doing. So let me set those aside. But I thought it would be kind of fun because, you know, they have the corrugated embossing folder. Now, if you have this old tool, you don't need that. You can use your crimper. But I thought, now if I don't like this, I don't have to use it. But you have this really old tool. Now I'm going to pull it back out because it's going to shorten it a bit. So it was a little longer to begin with, but it's going to give me just a little, I wasn't doing on this piece. It's just going to give me a little fun edge to do behind here. And I think I will use, is that the one? One of these I thought should have lined up perfectly, but that is not the piece. This is it. So we're going to put that in. Yes, this just needs to be trimmed down. So this needs to be cut to 5 from, that's it. So why does it look like that should be there? Because it does. So we're going to cut from this end. This end. So this needs to be cut to 3 3/4. 3 3/4. All right, tear tape time. This needs to be cut to 4. And I need tear tape for this and tear tape for that piece. It's just easier to stick it on with because of all those little bumps. Same with this one. Now, the just because, I'm just going to put the tear tape on it as well. I'm not doing anything to it. All right. Now let's get these glued. I would put a butterfly right there if I can find it. But if I can't find it, I'm going to leave it off until I do find it. I can't change that. I have some brushed brass butterflies. Those are such a tongue twister. I see them on my desk. I can grab those and throw a few on here. So cream card base for this one. This is one of those card bases I got at the thrift store. I am using a craft envelope for this. This goes right there. Just layering it up. Those two are going to get me in trouble. Let's put those off to the side. The just because. Already did that one, right? Did I do this one? I'm forgetting which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. Is it this one? This one. This is going edge to the peach pie to the opposite edge of the peach pie, which apparently I didn't get all the way there. And this one should line up. And it does. That worked out so well. Now, if I just had that butterfly, I could sponge it. Peach pie, as I have the peach pie right there, I would be set. Just because. But I don't have the butterfly. So we're going to have to substitute with some brushed brass butterflies. The tongue twister, right? So we're just going to substitute butterflies. Do one there. Do another here. And then do a wee little one. And we have 3 butterflies instead of 1. And then for the inside, we're going to leave blank. That way I can put anything I want in it at any time. Just because we could do Love You, but I would need it in cream. And let's see, what do I have in cream? Thinking of You. Yeah, I think we'll do well, that would be 2. I would need a scrap bit. See, that is just 2. Okay, we'll have to think about that one. I would need a piece of like peach pie or something from there. So that's number 2. Set that one aside. And that's extra because this is the one with, oh, I already seen the paper. Oh, this can go with my envelopes over there. Extra hybrid embossing folders from Lori. All right. This is the one. Oh no, this is another owl one. Let's see. What do we have? We have a hello. Oh, love the hello. Love, love, love. Let's cover up the Calypso coral for the moment. Because now that well, this looks, we have this, the thank you, that little butterfly, and a very large butterfly, which the butterfly doesn't really go with that. So maybe this side, and we do a very simple, I'm thinking if we're going to do white, I'm thinking we cut this either in 4s, separate it, and give us that white background, right? Trim it down to 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then we're going to divide this into 4s. And then we can do hello down here. We can do the butterfly up in this corner. And I think we'll leave that one off. But I think that this in itself is good. But we are going to make it really good. Or Or we can do half and half. We can use, I'm wondering, let's do some color. Let's do some color here. Yes, we're going to make a little square of this with that bit. So you would take this, your piece of white that I gave you, right? Emboss it. We're going to cut in with any embossing folder you want. Emboss it. Get a piece of coordinating color. So I have, we could do craft behind here. That would be a really nice neutral. We're just going to do like a square. I don't care for the craft. Maybe some old olive. What do I do? What do I do? So here. I don't like that at all, but I like it on the white. And I like the idea of cutting me a nice square in the middle. We'll do some sponging. And I want to do a color on there. So no of that. Off the wall color. I don't know why that is like speaking to me, but that is what's speaking to me in the moment. So we're going to keep the white card base. We're going to use the hello. So these are just going to go to the side. This we're going to sponge. And I'm trying to think of what color to bring in. We could do peach pie since I was going to do peach pie. Okay, let's just go with it. Now look how pretty this is. So that's what we're going to do. But if you had this die, look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my gosh. I'm going to use this. I only have one card left. Do I use it now? Do I use it now? Right? And just keep it bright in white. I mean, look how simple that is, guys. That is a stunning card. That's stunning. And then I can take the embellishments. If I can locate them again. Those were the good embellishments. I love these colors. Right? Can put a pop of color on there. Though not those colors. What if we did a pop of purple? Okay. Change of plans. We're going to do this. We are going to do this. Why? Because I can. And I'm putting the purple away. This is a stunning card. Maybe we'll do this one on the next one. But this is what we're doing. That's stunning just in itself. That is just pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. Quick and simple, right? Quick and simple. This you can add to the inside of the card base like this. I've done this many, many times just to have something on the inside of my card. Little scrap that was cut from the DSP. So there we go. I'm not putting anything on the inside of this, but this little strip of paper. I don't need this piece, but actually I do because it's the same white as this, and that isn't. So I do need that because this white is this brighter white. So we will glue this piece to the other. Whites are not all the same, and this is a pre-made card base. So this happens to be just a different shade of white and not this bright white. So this is going to be glued down Thank you, Tammy. Tammy was on. Lori was on. Allie was on. My Aunt Carol was on. If anybody else tried to get on, I do apologize. We tried and tried and tried, and my hubby is still not fishing. He's still in there. I mean, what happens between last night and tonight? I have no idea. I do not know what went wrong between last night and tonight. How it could go so wrong, I don't know. But I didn't quite get it on there the right way. So I'm just going to hold my scissors at a 45-degree angle and cut along there. So this is the best substitute I can come up with, is just to do the cards. So I'm hoping you have something similar. Now, Lori had done that beautiful card. There is not enough glue here to hold this down, apparently. Lattice design. And I'm saying, Lori, if you have this piece here of DSP that I'm doing, you should do your little fence lattice with this card, because that was absolutely stunning. You could do your little fence and do your butterfly and do your hello, and it would just be stunning, or whatever sentiment you got, because I think that would be stunning if you got the green. So, and that little Hank today, so he has been picked up twice this week, early. And this morning, his mother leaves with him, and they're gone for about 5 minutes, which, you know, the school's not very far from my house. And all of a sudden he comes back in, and I said, what are you doing? You guys have been gone. You should have been to the school and back. He's like, we were at the school. I said, yeah. He's like, my mom says I need a jacket. I said, Hank, honey, it's raining outside. You didn't take a jacket? He's like, no, but she told me we had to come home and I have to have a jacket. I said, by jacket, you mean hoodie. He's like, yeah. I said, Hank, please, I don't want to pick you up and you're soaking wet. He said, but Manji, he's like, sometimes you go outside, you get wet. I said, no, Hank. There is a difference between soaking wet and wet. I said, if you come home soaking wet, tomorrow you're riding the bus. And he's like, oh, Manji. And I said, that's the rule. You will not come home soaking wet. But it has cleared up. So if he's soaking wet, at least he has time to dry out, right? Oh, that kid. Oh, he's so funny. I'm like, oh, Manji. Yeah, he was trying. No. And bless my daughter. She had time this morning. She didn't have to be at work. She had to be at physical therapy, which is in town. So she drove his butt all the way home. She was not letting him just go to school without, you know, a hoodie. That's his idea of a jacket. It can be snowing outside, and that kid would still wear a hoodie over a jacket. It just, but then that was his mother too. And that is a lot of kids. Lori, I know you know this. A lot of kids in Washington State. It can be snowing. It can be 20 degrees outside. And these children will be out there with hoodies and shorts and a pair of sandals and a pair of socks on. Okay? What is wrong? But, oh, it used to drive me crazy. Or they'll wear hoodie and a jacket in a pair of shorts in those shoes called like mucklucks. They're like these soft like boots that come up halfway up your ankles. Yes, they will do that. My daughter was one notoriously that. So that's, well, we're going to do the embellishments here. Yeah, she was, but I will, we could just do the white. Do we do white on white? I like the idea of the pop of the purple. See, if we were live, I could see you guys saying purple, yellow, purple, white. Okay, so I'm going to take one off. I really, really like the idea of the pop of purple on this. But then again, I like the idea of the white. So I'm going white on white because I that's striking to me. It just is. So we're going to need 2 of these. I think we're going to go 5 if I can get it up off of me and onto the paper. My son, on the other hand, wasn't into that style. He actually wore clothes like a normal child. But then again, he did a bit more hunting than she did. And he would end up going to school late during pheasant season. You know, the teacher would say, well, why were you late? And he would look at the teacher straight in the eye. You know, he'd be in hunting paraphernalia. Says, I had pheasant fever. My dad tells me to tell you, I had pheasant fever. Yes. And what are they going to say? That's what the father told his kid to say. Pheasant fever. More like the father had pheasant fever and the child went along for the ride. Okay, let's see if we can use this now for this card. Everything out? Yes. All right. So, see, this is another white one, so maybe I only used one cream one. What's on the back of this one? Oh, I want to say chartreuse color. I am not going that bright. This is a really pretty print. I need sunglasses to use it, and I'm not going there. So we're doing the peach pie again. Peach pie. I have a piece of peach pie. So I do the white? We're going to have to cut this all down. I think we are. We are going to do white here, right? Layer, layer. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Card base. Do I have a white card base? That's extra. Craft is extra. Craft is extra. I need another white card base. So give me a second. Ooh, that one's too narrow. I will just have to use a different envelope. Card base, not envelope. So this is going to go there. We're going to use the white. Then I'm going to cut a square of this and a square of that. Back this on here like I said. So I probably want to start with a 3x3 and a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And this will then be probably a get well card, as that's what I have in my bit. So 3, will the butterfly fit in there? Let's see, 2 3/4, maybe 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. No, it'll fit in there. We'll start with 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then 3 by 3. Oops. 3 by 3. Nice big square. Taking a look-see, right? Because we're going to color our butterfly. And I think doing another little bit of peach pie. We're doing that and then a layer of peach pie. The white. And then peach pie on top. So that I don't like that at all, but I have some white twine that will work. Some white baker's twine in my, I know I do. Ooh, wait a minute. I have some really pretty ribbon from the dollar store. Organdy ribbon from the dollar store. Yes. I've had this. I don't know if I shared this with you when I came home. I forgot it at my Aunt Carol's, that's why. And she was by this week and she brought it to me. She's like, do you remember you forgot this? I'm like, oh, yes. Look at how pretty that's going to be. You don't have to do get well. But look how pretty that would be. We can do anything. You can do a thank you, depending on which one you have, right? Thank you would be really pretty. You could reverse it. But I like it the other way. So we are going to do some sponging now. Finally got around to doing it. So let me clear off some stuff. So all of this, there's another little butterfly. All of this can go over there. We could even color the organdy ribbon. That's why I love that kind of ribbon. All right, we are going to do peach pie around the edge. We don't want to do too much on the inside of the square on the white because we want to sponge the butterfly to make it stand out. So then I'm going to give it some spots with the itty bitty backgrounds. Oh, we're going to use the polka dot ones. All right. I'm going to set it back in there. Then I won't know that it's dirty if I do that. Oh, I have something to show you. All right. You guys know me. So this Christmas, because I alternate my Christmas decorations on the tree, I don't have to alternate all of my decorations anymore because I gave the rest of the decorations to little Jessa. However, the decorations on my Christmas tree, I do. I alternate the ornaments that were purchased, you know, as my kids grew up, the purchased ornaments. I do have handmade ones on there. And then this year, they're all going to be handmade ornaments. And I plan on doing, I think starting like in November, because my family does get together like twice a month for Sunday dinners with my Aunt Carol. I'm going to do, because we usually do Christmas, right? On Christmas Eve, we do basically game night and things like that. Well, I want to do, I think I'm going to start in November, like the middle of December. On those Sunday night dinners, I'm going to have a craft night that we're all going to make something for the Christmas tree. So one of the things I am getting ready for is we're going to be making like ornaments for the tree, and I want all of us to make one. So the tree will be filled this year with new ornaments and with all of us doing them. And I want to include, of course, Jissa. So one of the things I'm prepping for is I thought it would be really cool either to do some string of garland with dried lemons, some cinnamon sticks I want to start picking up at the dollar store. If I get them, if I start buying a little bit here and now, then it won't be so much. So I dried some oranges with my hydrator. It worked really well. I'm going to spray them with clear spray paint to seal them. So I've got a whole nother batch going. Um, and guys, how I come up with this is Hank used to like those little oranges, right? And so I bought a whole bunch of these thinking, he would like them. And he's like, Manji, he's like, I like the ones that are pre-done in the cups. I don't want to peel them anymore. And they were starting to go bad. And I'm like, oh no, 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 no. I am not letting these go bad. And I can only eat so much citrus fruit, and I prefer grapefruit. So look at my dehydrated oranges, right? I have another batch in the dehydrator. They were in there for like 3 days. They're not perfect. Okay. I hand slice them, but I am so excited that this is going to be one of our projects. Now I don't know if I want to do like string garland but I'm going to look up, different projects with these. They don't smell very good because there's no smell to them at all, but I thought that would be really cool to use things like that. So that's what I'm doing. I brought these out here to show you on the YouTube live, right? I did. And I didn't get a chance to. I'm so sorry. I was so excited. We need a little bit more color on this. Little bit more color. So I'm just going to go a little darker on the tips. So I thought I was telling my daughter, I said, honey, I said, back in the 1940s, I said, back before everything was so commercialized, I said, Christmas, people gave things that they made. And I love that. I still love that about Christmas. And growing up, because my mother's family was so big, you really got things you needed. Okay. For Christmas, you always got like socks and underwear, t-shirts. You got things you needed. You may have gotten, a toy or whatnot, but mainly if you needed new shoes, you got new shoes. Always got, new socks, new underwear. You got things that you needed. And I did that with my kids too. That's when I got them all those things. And I was one of those parents that, you had to, you had to put away things to have things for your kids. Hubby being a second class back in the day and having 4 dependents, we didn't have money to do anything until he really made chief. And then, we still made the kids wait. My daughter loved those stupid iPods. Oh, she drove us crazy every year. She wanted the new iPod. And, when they first came out, it was his parents and we all went in together to get her that iPod. And she knew it too. She was older by then. What is the one thing we always ask them? There's something they wanted. And they kind of knew. They knew. My son, he liked Nautica jeans, and he would usually get 1 pair for school. And then at Christmas time, I would always get him a pair of Nautica jeans. My Justice was apple bottom jeans. There's that silly song, apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. I don't know the rest of it. Anyway, so yes, that was, so probably, what is that, about 6.5 inches of ribbon. Just kind of how it was. And how it really, I think, less on the commercial stuff. And I want to do more family making things. And Hank, I want him to make more of those pine cones he made. So I can't wait to do that. I want that and just sit around and make stuff for Christmas. Jissa makes these beautiful, beautiful ornaments using wine corks. So I'm on the lookout. We don't drink wine. She doesn't drink wine, but she makes the most beautiful, what like a rocking horse in the little stick ponies. She's made some of the cutest ones, and she's given me some. I would like her to show us maybe one night how to make those. So I'm on the look at thrift stores, because sometimes you'll see bag of wine corks. I would like to have a few of those. Things like that. Just, you know me. I want to make stuff. I want to make stuff. That's what I want to do. I want to make things. I want to make things. I want to enjoy that. It reminds me of making parade floats, growing up, and doing things like that with my mom. And I love that my family is willing to go along for the ride, whether they want to or not, right? And they fortunately are always good about it. And I have, you guys won't believe this, I already have my white elephant prize for Christmas. I should share it with you. I already have it. I found it at the thrift store the other day. And I was like, dibs, mine. I'm hiding it. Actually, it'll be my hubby's white elephant gift. So let me get it. I'll share it with you. Because he doesn't give up anything he has, but it has to be something that you would want, right? So this is one of those candle wax warmers, right? Look at that. So that is right up his alley. And I got it for 50% off of that. Could not beat that at the hub. So, yes, that is his white elephant gift. Now I just got to remember where it is. So if y'all remember come Christmas time, let me know. I just couldn't pass that up. And then it was like, okay, that's his white elephant gift, because you know what, if he ends up with it, that can go right in my living room. So my butterfly is going to go right there. It's so pretty. This is going on. Though my aunt has been looking for one for her house. So it would go in just this house as well, I'm sure. It would go in my bedroom, because my bedroom is in camouflage. I don't think too many people can say that. Yes. When my hubby moved all of his stuff out of his office and into our bedroom, we went camouflage. I don't mind. The blanket's actually very warm in the wintertime. Most of the time it ends up on the floor in the summertime. But it is camouflage. Mossy oak camouflage. We found it at Bimart. Good deal. Okay, so do thank you, get well, and do a bow. I think we do get well and do a little bow here. So we're going to do get well, do a little bow. Now I'm going to do a bow on a bow maker, and then I'm going to pinch this with the glue dot. My handy dandy bow maker. I don't want a big bow. I want a little bow. So about, that might be too small. So we might have to go a little big. Maybe we'll do get well and do the bow on that side. Yeah, that's good. I think you waste less ribbon by doing it on a bow maker. And if you don't have a bow maker, you can make one. I'm pulling this one really tight in the center. 2x4, 2x6. That's what this is. Dowels from the not thrift store, from the dollar store, and drill holes every 1/4 inch apart. And if you can find what you did with the bow. I didn't cut it off. I just like slipped it right off there. All right. It's easier when it's on the dowels. I'm not sure now which side I want it on, but this side? Yes, we're going to do it on this side. And we need a dimensional. Oh my goodness, I knew this was going to go long. I cannot help that. 4 cards. Pinch it there. Let's get some tear tape for this. That will also hold down the ribbon. And then we will get off, and I have to clean up. I'm going to put a little bit of tear tape here. And go get ready to get Mr. Hank from school here shortly. Pinch those sides in. Get some bling on the card. Gorgeous. Do our little butterfly's little body. And we are done. So where's my envelope? And oh, definitely just need to sponge, or I don't have anything. Oh no, we did this one. So we're going to stamp with this. If I stamp it faster, it's going to go better. Don't know why that is. And just randomly at the bottom. Okay, let's take a look at what we did. And like I said, I couldn't help what happened today. I don't know what happened today, but that's how it goes in technology world, right? So card number 4. Card number 3. Card number 2. And card number 1. So I hope you like what I have done. Again, I am so sorry I couldn't do an actual live. I appreciate those of you who got on when you did, and I was able to quickly chat with you. Oh, we did take my computer down. We tried so hard. My hubby just did not give up for hours. He sat here and he dug into it, and we really tried, but we couldn't fix it and couldn't figure out why, and he troubleshooted it forever, and he's still in on his computer trying to troubleshoot whatever the problem was. But I appreciate you guys so much, and thanks for watching. I'm gonna let you go because this has really gone long, and I look forward to meeting all of you again here in my wonderland. Bye bye for now, everyone.